I've been craving to play Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh or even Skyrim. One of those games I would play religiously. And I've just been so busy the past few months that I barely have time to play games anymore. Actually, I don't play games. All this Elden Ring footage in the background for like the past like 10 plus videos, I've recorded that on one day months ago. The footage will last. It's like I need to dedicate a single day to record footage. But I was thinking about setting a day aside this weekend to just relax, hop on a game or something. And I have an unopened Nintendo Switch in my room. It's still in the box, and I still have it in the bag at I got it from GameStop, right? Completely untouched, unused. And it's been here for like several years now. Originally, the plan was to give it to Samantha, but obviously that's not a thing anymore. So I mentioned this in the pinned comment in a recent video, and a few other people are mentioning how I sound different now. So I recently moved to a new place, and I have like no furniture in here, so that's why it sounds so spacey. But when I did move, I brought the Nintendo Switch with me. I completely forgot all about it. But as I'm moving, I'm like, man, I remember as I hold this Nintendo Switch in the box, I remember when I was younger, even when I was in high school, gaming was so fun to me. I was so passionate about the newest games coming out. I would keep up with the planned releases. I would be hyped. I would pre-order stuff. And I'm just holding on to this Switch, thinking, wow, I literally have no urges to even open this box and play games. It hit me right there as I'm holding it. Like, I've lost my passion. My heart isn't into something that molded my childhood, that molded my teenage years. So I put the Switch stuff in the closet, right? And I finally came to the conclusion on what really happened. I feel like a lot of things that I used to love declined. One of the recent games I only got into, like the modern games, was Baldur's Gate 3, but that was because that game, it had like creativity, challenges, storytelling, community. And I think something that started to happen, which took my passion away, was how everything started to feel more financial than anything, you know? Like when I used to game and be passionate about it, we didn't have battle passes. I still don't even understand what a battle pass really is by definition, besides you need to pay money to grind in a video game. Maybe that is exactly what a battle pass is. I don't know. I just answered my own confusion here. It's like the battle passes, from my understanding at least, it's like it's a way to engage people and make them grind things out into a game just to get, like, I don't know, cosmetics, emotes, virtual currency. And then when you don't grind things out or you don't hop on the game daily, you get punished because you miss out on limited time content. Like, like, and then, naturally, it's almost like pay to win because, like, people who have no job or have a lot of time on their hands, they have no obligations, they're sitting there on their game pass playing the whole time. It's like, bro, it's like next thing you know, I hop on, I don't got time like you do, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got bills to pay. And next thing you know, like they got like 10 times more, and they're, like, it's just, so I don't know, the way I'm perceiving it subconsciously is that it feels like games are more catered to engagement rather than the creativity behind it. Before battle passes, there were unique ways for you to unlock certain cosmetics or features, but now it feels like anyone could get anything. But keep in mind, these rewards are locked behind your time and your money now, you know? And forget gaming, right? Probably not the best. I mean, it's a good example, but there's many other things. I feel like a lot of things I used to love started to decline as well. I think I mentioned in some videos that I don't really even listen to music. Not only because I can't listen to music and code at the same time. My brain simply does not work that way. I need to focus when I'm coding. Having lo-fi music or anything in the background or somebody talking to me is irritating. But I have no idea what music is really out there nowadays. Everything kind of feels trendy and overproduced or overpolished. But meanwhile, I'm just not feeling what's going on in these songs. Like, I feel the same way about movies and TV now. I keep hearing about all these remakes and reboots, or some movie related to some fictional universe that they already made 50 movies about already. Like, bro, I don't want to see this anymore, bro. Like, why y'all keep making reboots? What about the new stuff? Even though this statement isn't objectively true, this statement I'm about to say is not objectively true, but it feels like it is true for me. Everything is the same now. That's how I feel. Everything is somehow the same, even though I can objectively understand that it's not. It just feels that way. Look, I subscribe to it too. right? I participate in it too. How many other people out there are talking to themselves in their room with an irrelevant game playing in the background? You know, I'm in it too. I'm just doing it so you guys have something to look at. Otherwise, I would be completely satisfied with leaving a black screen in the background with nothing going on. But you know, we all see things that constantly have the same formula being pushed or emphasized, and maybe that's what took my passion away from consuming media. That includes music, movie, TV, gaming. I even have a hard time consuming social media. I feel like social media tends to be more rewarding for people who focus on outrage rather than the substance of the content. Like, I don't want to go online and get mad because I'm reading or watching something that would cause general outrage or make me upset. Like, why would I do that to myself? That's self sabotage. Why would I want to watch content about somebody who I know nothing about being cringe on the internet? What, why? Like that's just gonna make me feel uncomfortable because I don't want to watch this person being cringe. Like, why would I make myself uncomfortable? Like, I think the thing that really spooks me about all this whole subject is that I never saw this coming. I didn't even notice it happened until it was already gone. Like, I noticed changes were happening, but like, you know, everything didn't just change in a day. It was like such a slow decay or rotting experience where it was so slow. We, or at least I, didn't expect it to be this different. At least now. It's sad because the Nintendo Switch I was holding on to, it's not even, you know what it is? When I'm going through all these like emotions or feelings while I'm holding the Switch, it's not even the feeling of boredom. It's almost like a memory of like little Aku. I used to be a huge Nintendo fan. I would get magazines mailed to my house every month, a Nintendo newsletter about the upcoming games and stuff. I would be so hyped. Now, I was like, I don't know. I feel nothing. And I think about how some of you guys probably don't relate to anything I'm saying right now. Rather, I probably sound like I'm like 40 plus years old, right? And maybe it's possible that, I don't know, people got desensitized to how things are now because we're so used to, oh, this game is gonna come with a battle pass. Oh, this game like it's gonna come like half finished, you know, because it's the only type of things you guys ever had. Like, it probably doesn't sound like an issue to you because you're so used to it, and I'm just not familiar to it or used to it. You know, if you like that type of stuff, fine. I just wasn't ready for the change. I'm sure some people complain about how, and I just mentioned this about how like some games now, or I wouldn't say games, I feel like most games that come out now, when they're released, they're unfinished. I heard about this one game, I forgot what it's called. There's this one game that everyone was talking about. They said it would be like Cyberpunk 2077, like the better version or sort of like an alternative version. I forgot the game. That's how much I don't care, bro. I don't be remembering this stuff. A game came out recently and like everyone's just like trashing on it because it's so buggy and stuff. But like, yo, that I never experienced that growing up. When a game came out, it was ready to go. There wasn't 20 patches on release week. It wasn't like a buggy filled mess. There wasn't like a rushed like metric where they need to put it out at this time because they wanted to make the most amount of money. Like, it wasn't like that, you know? And also mods weren't always needed to immediately fix everything. But some of you guys are probably used to that now. That's what I'm saying. Does anyone else feel this way to an extent? Like you lost something and you're not even sure when it exactly happened, but it did happen? Anyway, this episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. I'm out.